What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Nasty loss for them boys. Disgusted and lazy loss. That's what I'm called. Lazy loss. To the LA Lakers in La La Land, 110-97. The captain, 24.7 assists. The big cat, 22 points, 15 rebounds for him. Excuse me, I got the numbers wrong. I'm bugging. Towns, 25 and 16. See that? LV messes up sometimes too, man. LV messes up sometimes too. Nasty loss, man. Nasty loss. This is what happens in this league when you don't come ready to play. And I felt that that's basically what it was, man. They just seemed to step slow. Some of they were out partying last night, man. They got to LA, went to a couple of parties, maybe went to the Kardashians' house. Maybe was hanging out with LeBron last night. He had him over. You know what I mean? Playing cards with LeBron. I don't know, man. He just didn't look right at all. He just didn't. You know, and listen, guys, look, you know, this happens sometimes. You miss shots in the game, and it's okay, right? I don't have any issues with that. The problem I have is you got to counter that. You got to learn how to counter when you're not making shots, and that's basically what it was. The Knicks shot, what was it, 19% from three tonight? Make sure I got the stats correct, man. They couldn't throw the ball in the river from three, right? 24% from three, 24% from three. So once again, right, this is simple hoops, man. If you can't knock it down, you gotta counter it, and that's one of the things. There's a couple of things I got issues with Mike Brown with, but that's one of them. The way I'm saying, listen, you got to counter, man. You got to counter when you're not making shots. You got to be able to kind of switch and kind of say, all right, cool, let's run this. Let's do this to kind of get us going, get a couple of shots, right? Let me get down there. Let's kind of make, you know, a couple of layups. Let's do that. You know, let's kind of, you know, maybe hit a couple of, 15 footers. Let's do that. Right? Just simple adjustments, man, that you should make. And I feel like they don't do that. And so that's where, for me, like, I have to look at the coach. Like, I have to look at the coach in regards to, all right, there we go. I fixed it right there. Okay, there go Towns. 25 and 16. You got to make an adjustment regarding that. You can't like just sit there and just say, all right, cool, let's just continue to chuck up threes. That's the biggest problem with these guys. That's my biggest issue with this team, is you can't continue to just keep on chucking, man. You can't do that. You got to say to yourself, all right, cool, let's make an adjustment. Let's just do some back cuts. When we come off the screen, I'm not looking to spray. I'm not doing that because right now we're kind of missing. Let's get in the rhythm here. Let's start making a couple of 15-footers, a little couple of runners, hit a couple of back cuts, make some layups. Let's kind of get rolling, right? And so I think like for me, that's the issue I have with offensively. Now, like the other thing is like Mike Brown, like you got to reel Brunson in, man. Like you can't have him play the whole second half. That's unnecessary, man. We're on a back-to-back. We play tomorrow. Like, why is he playing the whole second half? That's unnecessary, man. He does not need to do that. And he has 7 turnovers tonight. I know the stat line says 24, 6, 7 assists, but he was turning the ball over left and right, man. We can say there was fouls and all this other stuff. I mean, yeah, but come on, man. Like, there's no need for that. He should have sat him to start the third and put in Alvarado. Like, let's just kind of, we got a game tomorrow, man. We got a game tomorrow. So I think Mike Brown kind of dropped the ball in regards to that with him. You got to reel him in, man. You can't just let him just run, just go crazy, just do whatever. And you know, I'm not saying he's kind of like, grifting and stuff like that and foul baiting. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is he's trying to force the issue. The refs aren't giving it to him because they see what he's trying to do. The Lakers have momentum, and I felt in that fourth we could have won the game. But once again, he played that whole fourth, and that was he looked tired. He looked tired. And guys, let's be honest. I'm trying to pull up his numbers for the whole month. He hasn't been playing well, man. His numbers aren't good at all for the whole month, at all. And so, for me, like we got to kind of pay attention to that. Is he starting to wear down a bit? He is getting older, right? He's a smaller guard. Like, is he starting to wear down a bit? Now, his usage has been down this year. Mike Brown tried to change that. But he just doesn't, I don't know, man. He hasn't looked right. Like he just hasn't looked right, man. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Like he just hasn't been playing well, man. He hasn't been playing well at all. You know? Like the last, it's 9.16, 26, 24. His assist, I mean, he's been okay, man. He hasn't looked like Brunson. He hasn't. Now the assists are up and stuff like that. He's not moving right. And I thought it was just coaching malpractice, man, to have him out there playing the whole second half. It was unnecessary, especially with us playing tomorrow, right? Now, totally off night for Mikal Bridges. Like totally off night. He just did not play well. He did not have it. I think him getting in foul trouble early kind of threw him off his rhythm. But 0 for 6 from 3, 0 for 4, 0 for 4 from 3, 0 for 6 from the field. He just didn't play well at all. And then for him not to play Josh Hart in the fourth quarter was insane. I don't know why Josh didn't play the whole fourth. It wasn't like everybody else was just good. The only person to me that played really well was Towns. Towns had fabulous numbers, right? I'm going to get to him in a second. But no one else was really playing well. So, I thought Clarkson came off the bench, gave good minutes. You know what I mean? So, once again, you're trying to get a spark, right? The one thing Josh is going to do is when it's a game like this where it's kind of helter-skelter, this is when he plays his best. So to me, in that fourth, when we started making a push, that's a Josh Hart game. Even though he wasn't shooting well, still, what he does better than anybody, he gets to loose balls. We start making layups. He's able to kind of just get us extra opportunities at the rim, get us, he gets those 50-50 balls, just those little things. And that's what it felt like what was going on in that fourth quarter because we cut the lead down. We were down, what was it? At one point, we were down 10 from 26. So, I don't know. I just felt there was a time, and I don't know. I just felt you should have sat Brunson down, man. No need. No need for that. And then the Bridges didn't really have it going, you know what I mean? Then you put Clarkson in. Clarkson, I thought, had a good fourth. Continue to play Clarkson. Let Bridges sit. He brought Bridges back in. I don't know why. You know what I mean? He didn't have it tonight. He didn't have it tonight. And so I just think that, the coach dropped the ball here tonight with certain things, certain lineups. But most importantly, he dropped the ball just because of this Brunson piece. They got to grab this grab the ball by the horn here with this Brunson piece. You can't just let him run wild, man. You can't just let him do that. You cannot, because what will happen is we don't want this guy to get hurt, right? We don't want him to get injured, especially if it's a back-to-back. So why do you have him doing that? It's unnecessary, man. You don't need that from him. And then I thought Towns was awesome tonight, and I'm going to touch on too. I saw a clip that I'm going to play for you guys. A couple of clips regarding Towns. Something I saw, and I think it's a I don't know. I think it says a lot about what's going on here behind the scenes, regarding like Towns and Brunson stuff. Like I think it's, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kind of bring that up. I'm gonna show you guys because it's something I thought was really, really very, very interesting regarding that. But this was a tough loss. This was a tough loss because I thought this was an easy win for the Knicks. I didn't think this was a hard win, but I do think that you have to kind of go back to the coach piece, man. I thought he dropped the ball big time with this. I thought there were certain moments within the game that he should have been able to kind of make a quick adjustment when he realized shots weren't falling, and you just can't continue to just I don't know, throw the ball at the well, man, when it's not working at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the frustrating part about that. Okay, let me pull up the stats here for you guys, man. Listen, nasty loss tonight, man. Nasty loss. Nasty loss. Let me bring up the stats for you guys. And we kind of can go over that, man, because, it's just, we want to try to point the finger at a whole bunch of people, man. I think it was everybody. I mean, Towns played good, but I'll be honest, I think it was everybody. I think it was the fact that guys just seemed like they were out partying last night. I don't know. All right, cool. So here's the stats right here for the game, right? Let me go over here. All right, so this total stats. Let me just fix this here. All right, so OG Anunoby, he was all right today. I don't know. He was okay. He got knocked down to 3, but he was trying. But he had to deal with Luka, man. Luka was a load today. OG 38 minutes, 13 points. OG was 5-11, 1 for 4 from 3, 8 rebounds, -9. Towns 25 and 16, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Josh Hart 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Bridges 0s across the board outside of rebounds and assists. Right, the captain 24 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 7 turnovers. DOR 4 points. I thought when DOR came, he gave pretty good minutes. 2 assists. I thought Mitch was okay. 4 rebounds, 4 points, 1 steal. I thought Clarkson gave really good minutes. 9 points. But during that time, he only played 10 minutes. That was a whole fourth. And I thought you keep him in the game. I mean, he's the only one really scoring. In that short amount of time, like he started knocking down shots. And one thing about him, which is good about him, he can get you a lot of shots in a hurry because offensively, he's just gifted like that. And I thought Shamet was solid again tonight, too. He had to guard Luka a couple of times, but I thought he was solid. But Alvarado only played 7 minutes. I don't agree with that. But you see how we shot? We shot 43% from the field, which is terrible. 24% from 3, but we shot 90% from the line. 47 rebounds, only 23 assists. But you see it right there, guys. We had 18 turnovers, man. 18 turnovers. 18 turnovers. Let's go through the whole thing here. Because the Lakers didn't play that great neither, guys. They shot 43% for them. They were giving us the game. We just was playing bad, man. But I think a big part of that was that he left Brunson in the game too long. Because here's the thing, we'll leave it in the Brunson in the game too long, right? You need a spark. So if he doesn't have it going, he's turning the ball over, trying to force it. You got to say, all right, cool. Let's kind of change the momentum here. You know what, Alvarado, let's see what you could do. You got to kind of throw some things at the wall here because you want to see and try to gauge. If Clarkson is giving you really good minutes, and so is Cat when he's out there, and Alvarado, and maybe a guy like Josh Hart, OG Anunoby's out there to guard Luka. Cat is out there because he's the most solid offensive player today. Let's keep it rolling. Let's see if we can steal one when we're not even playing our best basketball. But keeping Brunson in there, banging your head against a rock wall, it's the definition of insanity. He's not playing well. I don't care what the shots look like. He's just not playing well. Turning the ball over, bad decisions. Like he just didn't have it today. You see the Lakers, they only shot 43% from the field. They shot 34% from 3. They didn't play well. 83% from the free throw line. We out-rebounded them. Assists, we had 23. They had 20. Steals, they had 10. We had 7. Blocks, they had 5. We had 2. They had 14 turnovers. We had 19. Our 19 led to 21 points for them. 14 points for us. Fast break points, we had 16 and 11. Points in the paint, we have 46 to their 32. I mean, guys, the game was there for us to have, man. It was really just execution at the end. But I listen, man, I'm sorry. I have to kind of put this on the coach, man. I got to put it on his shoulders. I thought he really dropped the ball here. Bridges didn't play well at all. He didn't have it. He's had a bad game. I'm just being honest with you. So that's where the coach has got to kind of make an adjustment here. He's got to make an adjustment. If Clarkson's got it going, play him. Do not put Bridges back in the game. He's just not playing well. He doesn't have it at all. And so I think that to me is where things kind of went awry for us. Right? I don't too much blame the players. If you say to any guy, you'll just play, they're going to play. But you got to realize who's got it going, and who doesn't. I know we want to run our offense, but I really want a lot of mid-range shots. Let's get a lot of mid-range shots. Let's get some runners. Let's get some alley-oop dunks. And now if they close down the paint, you got to knock down a 3 and spray it, then do that. But I really, really want us to kind of really get a lot at the rim because we're struggling right now. We don't have our legs. Our shot is off. Let's try to get some easy buckets. And let's trim down this lead like we did. We cut the lead to 10. All right, cool. When I come down, I'm not looking for threes. I'm looking to try to get an easy layup. Let's keep pressure on them now. Now let's it was 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left. It was a 13-point game. We're right there, striking distance with our offense. Now let's do that. Maybe sit Brunson down. Let's kind of get some up tempo here. Alvarado, let's pick up the pace. Josh, let's pick up the pace. Let's start putting pressure on him defensively. Get some loose balls. That's what Josh is great at. 50-50 balls. Bang bang. Now we got a ball game, right? So to me, that's where he kind of dropped the ball here. So I don't know. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. They I think they were at the beach, man. That's where they were at. Let me get a chat here, man. What's going on? Appreciate everybody coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Tough loss for them boys. Nasty loss in La La Land. 110-97. The Big Cat, 25 points, 16 rebounds. Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Jay from 313. Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Eric Green. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Eddie Kofi. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Rondo. One of my day ones, man. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. CC. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV live. Nasty loss, man. Nasty loss. Look at Jeremy. Here we go. It's my stat guy right here. The Knicks are 19-18 against above 500 teams. 6-23 when trailing after 3 quarters. 23-17 since winning the championship cup on 12-16. Look at that. Great stats right there from my man Jeremy. Jay from 313 states, tough loss for them boys. No LeBron, and y'all healthy. Y'all should have won that one. Bridges 0. He wasn't doing that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Bridges had a rough night, man. He had a rough night. Rough night. But it happens, man. This league is legit. You know what I'm saying? LV, I agree, man. We could have won this game if we played smart, but we didn't. Brunson is getting beat right every game, and he's starting to take a toll. Oh, right. He's getting beaten up. Agreed. But see, Eric Green, man, that's why I gotta look at the coach too, man. Like, you gotta identify what's going on with your player. We got another game tomorrow. We play tomorrow. We play tomorrow. 10 o'clock for us, 7 o'clock for them. Right? So you gotta identify that. You gotta say, like, all right, look, we got a game tomorrow. Have a seat. If it gets close, if we cut it down to 2, there's maybe 3 minutes left. We know who you are. We'll throw you back in the game. But right now, let's take a seat because you kind of, you know what I mean? Let's have a rest. That's it. It's simple, man. It's just simple. Jeremy says Jalen Brunson was injured in a loss into the Lakers in OT last season. Jalen Brunson missed 15 games and Knicks were 9-6 without Brunson. Look at that. Eddie Kofi, Brunson's taking us nowhere. Oh, wow, man. The Brunson Flames are coming, man. Bridges has 0 points, unacceptable. Yeah, he didn't play well. Coach Brown's not good. Yeah, man, he's LV home cooking lethargic. Played, made. Yeah, agreed. Why not start Shaman ahead of Hart? You mean Eddie Kofi? You mean just in general? I mean, I don't agree with that just yet. You know what I mean? I know they want to do the 5 hour, but I like Josh Hart starting. I like what he brings because he brings the intangibles. But I understand what you're saying. I understand. A lot of people want the 5 outlook. The Trail Spreewell, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV live tonight. Tough loss to the boys in La La Land, 110-97. The captains, 24.7 assists. Rondo says, yeah, Coach Brown's adjustments make no sense in wins and losses, more so with the losses. Yeah, man, like he's just like Rondo, you could tell, man, that he's I can see why he's gotten fired a lot. He doesn't make smart decisions. Like even with the offense that they were running, right? I saw what JJ Redick was doing. He was basically playing like a zone. Like I don't want to say a boxing one, but like a zone / man. So he had 2 guys at the top, and they were kind of interchanging, like switching on everything and interchanging. So and they were hedging, meaning pushing you out further. So as soon as you would get the ball on the dribble handoff, they would push right up into you, which forces you to kind of back up away, right? So it was aggressive defense, which was good. With plays like that, everyone's got to be cut into the middle of the court. You got to get somebody in that foul line extended. You got to hit them right there, and then they can operate out of that. That to me is a Towns position. That's where Towns should go, or Josh Hart. He does really well out of that. And that's how you got to attack that. And once they do that, you got to go to it every time. You can't continue to try to dribble into two people. And Brunson was doing that all night. I don't know why he was doing that. Right. And so that's where you got to coach him, man. You got to coach him. I don't care what it is. Like you got to coach him, because what will happen is he'll continue to do it, which will lead to he almost had 10 turnovers and he had 7 of them things. 7. Eddie Kobe says, why do you say a tough loss? It's not a tough loss. It was a loss due to not coaching adjustments. Yeah, but that's why I say it's tough, Eddie Kofi. Tough because they shouldn't have lost this game. You know what I mean? This is a game they should have won, man. This was a tough loss. I mean, like, this is not good. This is not good at all. CCJB looks concerning. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with him. He hasn't played well in the last month or so. Like, let's be real, guys. He has not played well in the last month or so. He just hasn't. And I love Brunson, like, you know, but he just hasn't played well. He doesn't look good at all as of late. Brunson played 42 minutes of unproductive possession. Why not try Cole? Eddie Kofi, I can't deny that with you. I totally agree with you. Like, you know what I mean? Mike Brown's got it because we got another game tomorrow. So it's no need. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's no need to have him just, like, it's unnecessary, man. It's unnecessary. Latrell Sprewell says Jordan Clarkson should be in the rotation. He's a better offensive player than Bridges, OG, and Hart. Yeah. I know Clarkson can't guard, but he's instant offense. Like IQ was off the bench. Clarkson deserves minutes. Latrell Sprewell, let me explain something to you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's a very, very good point you're making. Very, very good point. But I do think that him not being able to defend, and Mike Brown's background is defensive guy. He's a defense, you know, he got all his offensive stuff from Steve Kerr. That was the biggest issue when he was in LA and Cleveland. He wasn't just good offensively. So he stole basically that offense from the Warriors and brought it over to Sacramento. So that's where he got all that from. But his background is really in a defensive guy. So he's driven by that. If you can defend, you can play for him. Very similar to Tibbs. So that's the thing. But to your point, I thought Clarkson had it going offensively. That's one thing he is, to your point. And so in that fourth, I thought that's something you should have been looking for. And then also, too, even that third, right? When you see guys are struggling and knock it down, you got to say, all right, Mikal, we're gonna sit you for a couple of minutes. You're struggling right now. Hey, Clarkson, let's get some good minutes, man. Let's try to get a win out of here. Let's see what you can do. When you see Clarkson's knocking it down, all right, we're gonna ride with him. We're gonna ride with him. Because he's the only one out here, and we know he can score quick. He's just that good. You know what I mean? Offensively. That's what he's made his living on, coming off the bench, being like, you know, just being a spark plug offensively. And so to me, that's, you know, that's where you should have made that adjustment. Oh, because Hart makes us fall behind? Yeah, I mean, not really, man. I mean, my thing is this, Eddie Kofi. Josh Hart is a connector, man. You know what I mean? He's a Swiss Army knife. So he's able to kind of get everybody in line, and he does the things that no one else wants to do. So it's hard for me to just kind of take him out and sit him down, and we're winning. You know what I'm saying? So now if we're stinking up the joint, then okay, cool. But we haven't shown that that needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. CC says Brown has started getting creative with his lineup. Kolek could have played tonight. Alvarado didn't have it. Matchup zone. Listen, CC agreed. But CC, with that being said, that's well said, sir. That's my issue with him. He doesn't know how to make adjustments. Like, what's your counter going to be? Guys are not making shots. It was a beautiful day out in New York City today, too. About 70 degrees, 60-something degrees. It was nice today. If the three's not falling, we got to kind of do a different type of offense. I don't want to say a different type of offense, but you tell everybody your responsibilities now. We get to the paint. We're trying to shoot runners. We're trying to shoot 15-footers. I want us to change our scope right now because we're kind of struggling at three. Now, if you're getting trapped, we're looking to spray. But if you get 2 feet in the paint, I'm looking for either lobs or a layup, a floater, 15-footer, whatever. Like, we got to start scoring. We got to start getting the ball in the basket. Like, it's simple hoops. I don't want to shoot in three. Like, we're shooting ourselves out of the game. And so that's why I don't like it. He seems like he he doesn't have a good counter, man. And that's where I'm a little nervous with him. When it gets, like kind of serious, as far, especially playoff time. Jeremy says, Mikal Bridges' contract combined with frequent disappearing acts will become a serious problem if this continues. Knicks brass are completely incompetent, depleting 6 round picks on Mikal. That, number one, Jeremy, that was a tax, but that was off of Brunson, man. The Dante move was off of Brunson. But that's what that was for, to be honest with you. CZ says 7 assists, 7 turnovers, shooting yourself in the foot. Yeah, man, that's a double negative, man. Double negative for him. He didn't play well, man. Look who stepped in the building, man. A pillar here in the LV Live show, MBIC. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss, man. Tough loss. Nasty loss, too, man. Nasty loss, too. Nasty loss. Okay, here, let me bring a couple things here. 1 second. Lionel Monos, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for the boys in La La Land, 110-97. The Big Cat, 25 points, 16 rebounds. Colin has the ability to break down the defense. Eddie Kofi, listen, you're not lying. You're not lying. And I totally agree with you, man. But that's why I think tonight kind of falls on the coach. You're going to blame Bridges. You're going to blame Brunson. Players are players, man. You got to be able to adjust, throw a counter. Especially the Lakers didn't play good. They didn't play good at all. They were just, Luka was being Luka, but he had a lot of turnovers too. I think he had like 6 or 7 turnovers. He wasn't playing well. He's just doing what all-stars do, taking step back threes, shooting on one leg and all that nonsense. Like, come on, man. Come on. The Knicks should have easily won this game. Right? But this is what happens. You go out to LA, start partying, hanging out. Going to Drake's house, going to Chris Brown's house, hanging out over there. Going to the beach. Staying out all night. This is what happens, man. What a horrible loss. Agreed, man. Agreed. Jeremy says Jalen Brunson is breaking down. Jalen Brunson will be earning $75 million per season by 2028. The Knicks are closer to a full rebuild than a realistic championship aspirations. Yeah, Jeremy, it looks like that, right? He doesn't look right. He doesn't have that same burst like he used to have. I saw highlights of that year that we beat Cleveland. Remember that team when Randall was there, and that's when he broke down. I think he broke his hand, right? Wasn't that the year he broke his hand? And Tibbs was just running those guys into the ground. And that's when Josh hurt his stomach, but we lost Randall. Remember we lost Randall? He had the ankle injury, right? Or was that the shoulder? I forget. They've run into each other. But I think it was the ankle. Well, it might have been 2 years ago. I'm not sure. But anyway, he looked a lot more explosive, quicker, right? Quick twitch, right? But so that was kind of like, but he doesn't look like that now. He looks a lot slower. So I do agree with you, Jeremy. He looks like that. Yo, BX Raz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, BX Raz, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. This is what I do after every single Knicks game. So please come through and subscribe to my channel, sir. Appreciate you coming through. Lionel Monos' captain has been a little slumped. He has been. He has last I want to say last month or so, he hasn't been playing well. He hasn't. Rat says Brown and Brunson lost the game, right? He overplayed Brunson. Agreed. Brunson had no business playing the whole. Yeah. See, that's to me. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like I didn't agree with that at all. Raz, like I didn't agree with that at all. I thought that was really, really bad coaching on Brown's part, man. Like you got it. Like you got to identify certain things. There's no reason to play him like that. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. You don't have to do that. Like you don't have to, man. You don't have to play him like that. If he doesn't have it going and he's off or he looks tired, and I got one better. We got another game tomorrow. What are you doing? Don't play him the whole show. What is wrong with this guy? You know what I'm saying? So it's just it doesn't make any sense, man. That's just really, 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 really bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just a really bad coaching malpractice, man. It just is. And I just think that's where, he dropped the ball, man. Big time. I'm trying to pull up some things here. Let me see here. I'm trying to pull up some stuff here about. I'm not seeing anything here. I'm trying to pull up a couple of interviews here. I'm trying to see here. Okay, so it's just so James Edwards III comes up. He says he talked to Mike Brown about 50 minutes ago. He said Mike Brown talked about the team's inability to get 50-50 balls and reaching instead of defending. He thought his team fouled all night and left their feet on both ends. Mike Brown's pretty frustrated about the loss. He said we didn't give our chance. We didn't give our chance. We didn't get ourselves. That's what he meant to say. We didn't give ourselves a chance to win most of the games. Said not controlling the controllables. Right. So that's Mike Brown's just pretty much upset. He felt like we should have won this game just like all of us did. But it kind of falls on him, man. That kind of falls on him. You know, that's a him thing. You gotta let me tell you something. A lot of this stuff, believe it or not, a lot of this stuff is really kind of on the coach, right? And what I mean is it's more psychological than just skill set. And what I mean by psychological is that's why they have sports psychology, right? For a lot of these players and therapists and all that stuff. I know I'm kind of getting a little deep here. But what I'm saying is you got to say to yourself, yo, this guy doesn't have it tonight. He just doesn't. So I have to kind of get a feel for the game. I have to realize when a guy, even though he's saying he's okay, as a coach, I got to say, no. Tonight's not your night. It's just not. And I got to look at a spark here. We're on a road trip, right? We're on a road trip. We got a game tomorrow. Brunson doesn't have it. Bridges is cooked. Let me kind of bring in Clarkson, which he did. Clarkson started playing well. All right, cool. Maybe Alvarado doesn't have it. You know what, Cole? Let's kind of see. We're on a road trip. We got a game tomorrow. Let's try to steal a win tonight. Let's try to see if other pieces can kind of come in and really kind of give us that spark that we need. And so to me, I think that's where he dropped the ball. Playing Brunson the whole second half, that's insane, man. I don't want to hear about, controllables or whatever, Mike Brown stated. That's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You have all the control. You're the coach. Now, if you're letting Brunson run the show and he's dictating when he's coming in and coming out the game, like Matt Barnes stated about this guy when it comes to superstar players, then he's going to have a problem here. That sounds crazy, but if he's letting the inmates run the asylum, right? Like let's be honest here. I mean, people are complaining today also too about the fouls and stuff, and I don't know, man. I mean, you see a couple of calls that could have went. I don't know. I didn't feel like that. The calls were so outrageous. We still should have won this game. It was an easy win for us. You know what I mean? It felt like this was an easy win. This was not a situation to where, we were out of the game. They were just blowing us out because they weren't playing well either. And I think that's the biggest frustration about tonight. And you're going to have tough games. It happens. It's not a big deal to me. That's how I feel. You're going to have tough games. But when that happens, what's your counter? How do you win those games when it's tough? How do you do that? How do you do that? And I think that's where kind of like, the head guy is dropping the ball here. Jeremy says Julius Randle and OG were both injured against Miami. Okay. January 20. Okay, that's the Knicks. Right. Okay. Yes, Jeremy. During that time, that's when he was moving a lot better. He was moving a lot better back then. So you got to think that was what, 2 years ago. He was moving a lot better then. Just my opinion. He just was. Cece says, I need Alvarado to play like he's trying to make the team hungry. He don't get, like, hopefully he doesn't get it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think everybody had it off tonight. Like I thought Towns was good. I thought Shamet was solid. I thought Clarkson came and gave us good minutes. So I thought certain guys just didn't really play. But I thought OG was okay. But this is what I mean, CC, right? It's a psychological thing. You gotta identify who's got it tonight and who doesn't, even if it's the captain, right? The really, really great coaches can identify when their star players just don't have it tonight. Like, they can identify that. You got to be able to do that. And you got to say, all right, cool, let's have a seat. Cole, get out there. We got to gain them all. Let's see what happens. And then if we start going on a run, you go, oh, yo, we could win this here. We could steal one tonight because we're not playing well at all, but we could steal a victory. That's what you do. That's what you do. He put Clarkson in. Look what Clarkson was doing. Clarkson was a big part to why we chipped that lead down. And then we just, Brunson was like running into the wall, trying to force his way. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, man? What is this guy doing? I was like, yo, get him out the game, man. Get him out the game before he twists his ankle. Get him out the game. Just kept him in there. Let him continue to get, hit his head against the wall. I'm like, yo, man. Like, this is a really bad coaching job. You got to realize your player, and you got to realize we got to gain them all. Have a seat. You played the whole second half. Sit down. Okay, Jeremy says the Knicks desperately need to trade OG or Mikal for a quality shooting guard playmaker. The Knicks need Randall. Excuse me. The Knicks need a reliable third option. The offense should run through Cat. Hey, listen, man. A lot of people are saying that. Guys, there's been there's been a couple of interviews. There's been a couple of things kind of floating around here. And I want to play something for you guys, and I want to see how you guys feel. J.R. Smith went on the Baja Show. You guys know the Baja Show? If you don't watch, it's really, really good. It's with Theo Pinson, Ray Felton, and of course, my man from the Heights. What's the big Dominican cat? He played for the Mavericks. He went to UConn. What's his name? Damn, I got his name right there at the top. What's the kid name that went to UConn, went and played for Dallas? Spanish kid from the city. He's from the Heights. Got the boy head, got no eyebrows. What's the Spanish kid, man? I forget his name. What's the kid's name, man? Charlie Villanueva, right? Right? Yeah, Charlie. CC, thank you. Charlie Villanueva to Villanueva, right? He's from the Heights. He played, he played with? He played with Lou Alding in high school. He played high school out there in Jersey, out by it was a prep school out there. Not like where Kyrie is from, St. Patrick's. One of those other joints. Blair Academy. That's where he played at Blair Academy out there in Jersey. He played with Lou Alding. But Charlie was nice. Coming out of the city. So they had a show, right? So they had J.R. Smith on there, right? I wanted to say it because I wanted to play this for you guys. And JR kind of gave a little inside to what he thinks is going on with the Knicks here. He gave. I gotta prep this. Hold on, let me prep this for you guys really quickly here. JR spoke about something that I think is very is very ill. Like he said something. I'm gonna pull it up for you guys right now. And he's talking about Brunson and Cat, right? JR is. And I thought it was ill. I thought it was really a great breakdown here. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think, because JR's at every game. All right. Let me give you guys a quick breakdown, really quick. JR's at every game. JR's played for Knicks. JR from Jersey. If anybody don't know New Jersey and how it is, how it's set up, I go to Jersey all the time, go shop, and I got peoples out there. There's North Jersey, Central Jersey, South Jersey, right? So Central Jersey or Midlo is like JR's from Lakewood. Down by Philly, like on the borderline of Philly, is Cherry Hill. That's where like Leon's from and Worldwide West and all them. And of course, that's right next to Philly. That's where Rick Brunson went to school. Remember, Kobe's from Philly. So Brunson was born in Jersey, like I think in New Brunswick. Towns is from Edison. That's Central Jersey. I do a lot of nice shopping out there. It's pretty good. Woodbridge Mall. That's where I go. You know what I'm saying? If anybody want to know. But it's really good out there. Edison is a nice area. It's close to Princeton. That's where Towns is from. So JR is from Jersey. JR played for St. Benedict's Prep. So he knows these cats. He knows them. Like, so once again, this is intimate stuff. Tim Thomas from Jersey. Like, all these dudes know each other, right? So JR gives a breakdown of what's going on with the Knicks. Like, he's giving a real breakdown. And this is ill what I want you guys to pay attention to. So here I'm going to bring it up right now. And I want you to listen to this. And I think it's kind of been people haven't really paying attention. It's been kind of like going over people's heads. And I said, I don't know why no one's really talking about this interview here. Let me make sure the volume's up. So I want you guys to listen to this.
To me, it's so focused on like, he don't like me, I don't like him. Like, all right, cool. I play with that. Just figure it out.
Yeah.
Like at some point, y'all, is if you want to win, you're gonna have to figure it out. And if you don't, then somebody gonna go this way, somebody gonna go that way. It just matter who stays. But to me, it's harder to win. Got your two biggest stars fighting for the ball. Like I had this conversation with Cat in when I went to the Houston game. I think I'm like, bro, you can't tell him to throw you the ball. You don't demand the ball. You're not demanding space. Fair. Creating, like owning your space, he's not gonna throw you the ball, and I wouldn't throw you the ball either. And I tell little bro, like, yo, bro, you can't just come over here throwing this shit up. Like, granted, you're a small guard. It's gonna be hard. It's a hard way to win in the NBA with small guards. Everybody knows that.
Ooh. It's a hard way. Hold that thought right there. That was good. That was good. He gonna walk off. That's been his thing.
He's been saying that for
He's been saying that shit for a long time.
This is a very true statement.
So that's why Cleveland will never win because Dom is.
He said Dom's not the number one.
He's not a number one.
I think it's very difficult. He said he's not a number one if you're a small guard.
That's my thing.
I don't know when Dom became 6'1", but
I don't know.
I think that's a true statement though. It's very hard to win with your predominantly score is the small.
And then my defense is. Oh, hold on. And then my defense.
I played against it. It's not that hard to deal with.
My argument is AI.
AI.
They didn't win, but he went to the finals.
Right.
With AI being the number one, he's fucking 5'10".
Isaiah Thomas
went to the finals. Isaiah Thomas won.
There's two anomalies. There's Isaiah Thomas, two outliers. Isaiah Thomas.
You talking about the OG Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Boston
Isaiah.
Oh,
like remember when he had him rocking the young JT.
He did have him rocking. He did.
It's those smaller guards, bro. It's easier to defend the team.
You put Steph in that category too?
No, because his three ball is outlandish,
and that's why he's an outlier.
He don't have to get to the Baja.
Mm-hmm.
He can shoot that shit from the parking lot.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Shoot that bitch from the Baja
for sure.
All
to
right.
me,
All right, so boom. So listen, these guys are dropping jewels here. Dropping jewels, especially JR. Listen to why. Let me explain to you why it's so important. Did you guys hear in the beginning? What did he say? He said it's too much being made about he don't like this one, he don't like this one. Wait a minute. Wait. And I'm gonna play it again because I want to make sure I got this correctly. Right? I want to make sure I'm saying it right because I don't want to misquote anybody. But I want you guys to pay attention to what he said.
it's so focused on like he don't like me, I don't like him.
Boom. Okay, so he said it's too focused on he don't like me, I don't like him. Where's that coming from? Who's saying that? See, once again, that's why I gave you guys a context about him being from Jersey, him knowing these cats. He's on the sideline after every game. He's there. So he talks to these guys. He just said he talks to Cat after the game. So he talks to these dudes. So why does he start the conversation by saying it's too much being made about he don't like me? Whoa. So now he's kind of letting the cat out the bag that they don't like each other. They don't like each other. He's letting it out the bag. So once again, this is underlining stuff here which is going on behind the scenes. They don't like each other. Allegedly. So now you got to ask yourself, so it makes sense why we always say, why doesn't he pass Towns ball? But what's going on with that? So then he says, yo, I don't care what it is, make it work. You got to win, make it work. You got to win games, he said, make it work. He said, because if not, you're going to go your way, he's going to go his way. What he's talking about is getting traded. That's what he's talking about. So if you don't make it work, someone's getting traded, whether it's Brunson or whether it's Towns. Because trust me, no one's off limits. After what happened to Luka, no one's off limits. No one. So we got to pay attention to this too. And then the key bomb drop, which he's saying, and everybody is saying, is you can't win with small guards. Like everyone is saying that. And you're starting to see little chinks in the armor now with Brunson. You're starting to see that. You're starting to see the chinks in the armor with Brunson. And I love him. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great Knick, whatever. But guys, we're speaking of winning a championship now. Now the level's up. We ain't speaking of just being a good team. Now we're at this level now, right? Different level now. Higher expectations. So when you got a talent like Towns, you got to say to yourself, yo, man, we got to win here. But this is our window right now. But you're hearing things now that they don't get along. JR just said it. And so that's a dynamic here that they got to fix. Because Brunson doesn't look right. He just doesn't, guys. Now listen, he's going to wind up turning it on, playing better, cool. But is that going to equate to us getting to the championship and winning? That's the question of all questions. Because you see the numbers right there, but I got 25 and 16. Do you see that? Those numbers are monster numbers from this guy. And I want to ask you guys something. I'm throwing it out there to the chat. Towns has had to adjust his game totally for this team. Big time. Taking less shots, doing everything. You're asking him to play a role and do something totally different that he's never done before. Never. He's still leading the league in double-doubles. He still made it to the All-Star game. He's most likely still going to make All-NBA. 25 and 16 today. 25 and 16. Now, let's switch our hats here. If we had Brunson to do that, if we asked Brunson to change his style of play, would he even be upper echelon player like Towns is? Would he be able to do that? I'm throwing it out there to the chat. This is not LV. This is what JR is saying now. Listen to what JR is saying amongst his peers. So once again, you know these conversations are being had off the mic, behind the scenes with everybody. You know these conversations are being had. Would Brunson still be upper echelon if you ask him, yo, we don't want you shooting all the amount of times. We want you 20 and 12 a night. Like I said, can he do that? Can he adjust his game for the team? Because Towns has proven he can do that and still be an all-star. If Brunson does that, could he still be an all-star? Would he still be a top 10 player in this league? would he still be an all-NBA player? Towns has proven he can. So once again, it's levels to this. Levels. And here's the thing. If you move off of Towns this summer, which I'm sure a lot of people have been talking about, what are you going to get that's better than him? It better be Giannis, but you got to destroy everything for Giannis. So it better work. And then after that, the honeymoon period is over with Brunson. All the high beams are going to be looking at him because we done got rid of Randall. Now we got rid of Towns for you. For you. Now we got Giannis. We better win. We better make it work. Because Giannis is here now. We got rid of Towns. We got rid of Brunson. We got rid of Randall. Now we got Giannis. You better win because now it's focused on you now. Because when Towns was here, Towns was all-NBA 2 years in a row. All-Star 2 years in a row. And you still couldn't win. Okay, we got your Villanova boys here. Still couldn't win. So now we're going to trade Towns because y'all don't get along because of whatever dynamics going on. All right, cool. Let's bring Giannis in here. You better win. Now the honeymoon period is over. Because we could say what you want about Towns. You could say he's this, say he's that. He done adjusted his game for everybody. He adjusted his game for the whole team. He's still an all-star, still on NBA, leading the league in double-doubles. Look at the numbers tonight, 25 and 16. Monster numbers. There's levels to this, people. Levels to this. Levels. And I love Brunson. I do. But I'm starting to see the chink in the armor. Starting to see the little chink in the armor. And so I'm just saying, we got to kind of make an adjustment and figure out what we're going to do here. And I'm not saying the team is bad. I think we're good. But what I'm saying is I'm seeing certain things tonight that I'm like, yo, come on, man. Come on, like Mike Brown. You got to pull him. I don't want him playing the whole second half. We got a game tomorrow. What are you doing? Sit him down. But are you letting him run things? And probably LeBron is over there laughing because he probably like, watch, he going to let him play the whole second half. Brunson's going to tell him he's going to let him do it. Watch. Because I used to do that to him too. I used to punk him all the time. Like I'm probably that's what LeBron is doing. So that tells me right there the coach is struggling with the power struggle because Brunson's running things. And now you heard from JR. What did he say? They don't like each other. He said it. That made antennas go up for me because I don't think JR really realized. I don't think he meant to say that. But you know, when you talking amongst your boys, right? You got a mic. You just chopping it up. You just talking. But then boom, he drops that. And then the other dynamic too is, I know who Brunson is, right? I understand what he's done for the city, but we're so easily to forget how good Towns is. Like, we're so easy to forget how good he is, man. And how the players in this league and how the coaches in this league see Towns. The coaches know how good Towns is. They know how nice he is, man. How nice he is. At 7 feet doing what he does. You see the numbers he's putting up. These numbers are insane. Yes, he's not the perfect player, but offensively, he's a weapon, man. And so it's up to the coach and up to the captain to use him appropriately so we can win. But if they don't, that shows you where they don't know what they're doing, man. They're dropping the ball. Let me play you a clip of Vaughn Allen. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tony, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. One Shot D. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Just chopping it up about the game, man. Nasty loss for them boys. Nasty loss. So I'm gonna pull up another clip, guys, of after the game, right? After the Knicks beat Denver, the Denver coach spoke about Towns and how good Towns is. Listen to this clip and what he said about Towns. That's Towns when he was coming out of Kentucky right there. Listen to what he says about Towns. And this is what I mean by how the league and people in the league look at Towns and how we better wake up and identify what he is. Listen to what he said about Towns.
One of the best pre-draft workouts I've ever seen. And I know it was 1 on 0 because it was for the number 1 pick. But we had a lot of talented people walk through that gym when you have that pick. And his skill set at that age, I'm not sure. I've heard my dad talk about working out Sabonis when he was young. He came over from Lithuania, excuse me. And the way he talked about that workout reminded me what Cat was like. It was everything. He could handle, he shot the 3, lefty, righty. There wasn't nothing he couldn't do offensively in that workout. And we all walked out of the gym like, wow, that is the number 1 pick. So I'm not surprised the success he's had. I think the change has been good for him. But Karl, he's a good dude and he can really hoop. He's one of those guys that's really talented at everything. Hitting a golf ball, throwing a football. He's just one of those people. So happy for his success. Good guy, and obviously multi-time All-Star. I mean, big-time player.
So you hear that breakdown of what he's saying? Now listen, now once again, he's breaking down what Towns was when he came out. So this is how the league and everybody views Towns. This is why I told you guys before. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. There's no question, no doubt about it. When you see the way he's adjusted his game for this team and the numbers he's putting up, man, the numbers he's still putting up. This guy's telling you there's nobody so there was no doubt that he was going to be the number 1 pick and he's going to be a rookie of the year. He's lived up to everything that he was supposed to be coming out of high school out here in Jersey, St. Joe's, and going to Kentucky, number 1 pick, rookie of the year. His stats are through the roof. He's adjusted his game, still made an all-star team, leading the league in double-doubles, still going to probably make third-team All-NBA. I mean, you got to understand what this guy is. Like, I'm just being honest with you. So we gotta kind of change our scope here, guys. We gotta start changing our scope if we want to win and use that guy the way he should be used, as a weapon. Because what this coach just told you is what I told you guys. It's how the rest of the league looks at him. It's how the rest of the league looks at Towns. They know how good he is. And in this crazy system that's using him like Sabonis, look what are the numbers he's doing. Now, if you really let him rock, he's going to be averaging what he did last year, 25 and 12 a night. Sometimes 20 nights, 30-20 nights. He's that good of a weapon offensively. I love Brunson, but he ain't that, man. He ain't that. And not just because he ain't that, he ain't got the God-gifted ability. He's only 6'1". Towns is 7 feet doing that. What did JR say? Small guards can't win in this league, man. They can't. And I understand people saying that's crazy, that's blah, blah, blah. Guys, we're starting to see chinks in the yard with Brunson. We're starting to see him break down. He's not moving right. He's just not. He's just not. What Towns is looking like, he's looking good, man. He's looking good. But he ain't being used the way he should be being used. And so I wanted to play that interview for you guys because I wanted to show you guys that's how the league sees him. That's how a lot of these coaches see Towns. You see, talking about the pre-draft workout, man. You see, we talking about these guys knew. You see Towns in the little pre-draft workout. You see me 7 feet. You see what he's doing. See how he's handling the rock? At 7 feet, he's doing that, man. And so I don't know, man. We might have to start changing our scope a bit. Because like I told you guys, I'm going to say it again. And, I think a lot of this is on Brown tonight, unlike Brunson. Excuse me. I think a lot of it is on Brown tonight, not on Brunson, because you can't allow him to play 42 minutes in this. That was crazy. I don't know what the hell he was thinking by doing that. We got to game them all. So the point that I'm making is this. You're going to have to say to yourself, all right, man, we're going to have to probably go through Towns, right? Start off the offense like that. And everybody else feed off of that. And let Brunson kind of do his thing at times. But I don't want really ISO Brunson because we got to kind of preserve him a bit. And if Towns has got a mismatch, we got to look for that more. Because this guy, man, look, and even last game, he played really well too. So, you know what I mean? But he's not getting enough touches. You know what I mean? So, and Brunson looks like he's wearing down. So that's why I'm saying we might have to ride him a little bit more, man. It's my opinion. All right, let me get a chat right here, man. See everybody coming roll. Jay Supreme, long time no see, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to them boys. Tough loss to them boys, man. Jay Supreme says, man, I think today was just a bad game. Shots weren't falling today. It happens. On to the next game. Jay, listen, agreed. Shots weren't falling. It happens. I totally agree with you, Jay. Jay, the problem is, Jay, is that when shots aren't falling, what's your counter, Jay? Like, what's your counter, Jay? Instead of doing drive and sprays when guys aren't knocking down shots, Jay, shouldn't you say, all right, cool. When you get 2 feet in the paint, let's shoot a floater. Let's shoot a 15-footer. Let's look for a lob dunk. Let's do that. Instead of just continue to chuck for threes, because we could win this game tonight. They're not playing well. So let's try to steal a victory tonight. So let's change our scope. He can't, he's like, he doesn't know how to counter. Everything's like I'm trying to throw knockout blows. So he's easy to fight because everything he's trying to do is a knockout blow with a three. Yo, my man, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna tap him up, jab him up, do a Mayweather on him, and just beat him on points. Because all he's trying to do is throw haymakers to win the fight. And it seems like that's how Brown coaches. When all we had to do was kind of make layups, shoot our twos, do that, and we would have chipped away at the lead. We would have won this game. We would have won this game maybe 115 to 110, something like that. So that's the thing. He just doesn't seem like he's got a counter, man. Everything is a hard shot, man. He doesn't know how to throw a jab, counter. He doesn't know how to do that. Everything is haymakers. So that's my issue about tonight. You're gonna have off nights, man, but you know you gotta make adjustments with that. Sam Gale, 9629, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, Sam, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Tough loss to them boys in La La Land, 110 to 97. The captain, 24.7 assists. See Mike Malone in the shadows waiting. He knows how to get the best out of the 1-2 punch. Listen, agreed, man. Agreed. Listen, he did it in Denver. He did it in Denver. Sam says Brunson's just in the slop, therefore they had to play through. Listen, agreed, man. Agreed. Sam. That's the counter. That's the counter. Not saying Brunson, just forget about him. No. Yo, he's like you said, he's in a slop right now. He's kind of slumping. He's just not playing well. Let's kind of do that to kind of see how we can kind of get him going. And then also, too, when we play the Jazz, I would probably sit Brunson. I would rest him. He looks tired, man. We win tomorrow, have another day off. We go to Utah. I would sit Brunson. I would start Alvarado and play Kolick. That's what I would do. Jason, honestly, I don't think we're going to see the best of this team till next season. Wow. I think this season is going to be an adjustment season. Wow, look at that. Jay says next year is going to be the year. Yo, Vegas Dev, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Hey, listen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, Vegas Dev, please subscribe to the channel, man. It's my first time seeing you come through rocking with me and my crew. This is what I do after every Knicks game. So please subscribe to the channel, Vegas Dev, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me tonight. Tough loss for them boys in La La Land, 110 to 97. The Big Cat, 25 points, 16 rebounds. BX Rest, I would start Kolick over Jose because of playmaking. That's cool. I'm okay with that too. But I would sit Brunson against the Jazz, man. I would let him rest, man. He just doesn't look right. He just doesn't. Vegas Dev says, I don't know if Brown has enough respect in that locker room to change their approach without Brunson having a problem with it. Yo, you know what? That's a great point, man. That's a great point. But you know what, Vegas Dev? That's been a problem everywhere he's been at, is the respect he gets in that locker room. That's the problem, Vegas Dev. He's always had that issue wherever he's went, that a lot of people don't respect him, man. And he runs into problems like that. Too much of a player's coach. Remember, Matt Barnes said it, man. I didn't say it. Matt Barnes said it. He lets dudes walk all over him. And by Brunson playing the whole second half is insane. 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 You know what I'm saying? That's just not smart, man. That's really, really bad coaching, man. Really, really bad coaching. You know what I mean? There's no reason for that. You know, you could sit him, man. There's no reason for that. No reason at all. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. I just don't know. It just doesn't make any sense, especially when we've talked about, people kind of like, watching the minutes and stuff like that. You didn't have to go 40 minutes tonight. You didn't have to do that. It's unnecessary. We got a deep enough team. We got a deep enough team for that. So for that to happen, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Hey, let me pull this up for you guys here. I saw this thing here. So take a look at this here, guys. This is the second hardest schedule. Who's got the easiest schedule? Who's got the hardest schedule? So take a look at here, guys. This is the remaining schedule, for us to possibly catch the number 2 seed. And everybody's going bananas, right? Everybody's in love with the whole Tatum thing, right? So you see at the bottom here, the Knicks got the second easiest schedule in the East, right? So the toughest opponents we got one against OKC. You see it at the bottom here. This is us right here. We're in third place. We got one against OKC, one against Boston, one against the Rockets, one against Toronto, one against the Hawks, one against Golden State. So out of those 6 games, those 3 I'm not too worried about. Like, I'm not worried about Toronto. I'm not worried about Atlanta. I'm not worried about Golden State. Golden State and Toronto, I believe, are both at home. But then we got 2 against the Pacers. 1 against Boston. 1 against Brooklyn. 1 against the Wizards. 1 against the Jazz, New Orleans, and 1 against Memphis. So listen, man, this should be pretty easy if we make this push. Boston still has 2 against OKC. They still got to play the Spurs. They still got us, and they got us at the Garden. They still got the Timberwolves. They still got the Suns. The Suns are going to be struggling because, remember, they're down Devin Brooks. And they still got Toronto. So we can catch them, man. We can catch the second seed, man. Everyone's saying, Tatum is back. And, it's come on, man. I'm not worried about Tatum, man. I'm not worried because they looked okay today, but they didn't look – Tatum doesn't look great. He's still Tatum, but they don't have the firepower they had last year. Losing Porzingis and losing what's the boy that they traded out there to Portland? Forget the kid's name, man. I'm sorry, man. LV's brain is foggy, man. What's the kid they traded out there? What's the kid? Tell me in the chat. What's the kid they trade out there to Portland? Drew Holiday, right? Jason Green, Drew Holiday. Thank you. Right. That's who they had last year. Drew Holiday changes everything for them, and so does Porzingis because it gives them that stretch 5, and that's when they can shoot threes and do what they do. They don't have the weapons. Tatum's not going to be who he is, especially when they play us. That's different. You doing that against Cleveland? We know Cleveland is soft. But come on, man. I'm not worried about them like that. But this is the schedule. You guys see it right here. That's the remaining strength of the schedule. Boston's got the first toughest schedule in the East. And so I think we can catch him, man. Lionel Monas, Al Horford as well. Agreed. They got a bunch of other dudes, man. They got dudes playing out of their mind. When the playoffs come, we'll see how them dudes that's going to change everything. Playoffs changes all that nonsense. All that stuff that's going on, playoffs change all that. So all them dudes that are playing out their mind for the regular season, watch how them dudes freeze up in the playoffs. Watch. And we'll see if Tatum is for real. Quick. Okay, see a couple of people coming through rocking with me tonight. Wonder Woman, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV live tonight. Nasty Lost and the Boys 110-97. The Big Cat, 25 points. 16 rebounds. When I think Brunson was trying to outplay Luka. And if he was Wonder Woman, that's insane, man. That's insane. He shouldn't be doing that. We're trying to win the game, man. We ain't here trying to worry about you and your ego. You know what I mean? But guys, once again, right? If he's running a show like that, if they just let him do whatever, they're insane, man. We're not going to win nothing. We're not going to win anything. Because remember, this is what Mike Brown has always done. He let star players run wild on him, man. He lets star players run wild on him. This is what he does, man. This is what he struggles with. And so I don't know, man. Question is, what do you guys think? Does he sit these guys tomorrow? Does he sit Brunson and OG tomorrow? Would you guys do that? Would you guys do that? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't sit them. They would play. I would monitor their minutes, but I wouldn't sit them. I would sit maybe a couple of those guys against the Jazz. That's what I would do. Just my opinion. Try to pull up something here for you guys here. Okay, trying to see something here. I don't see that. All right. Okay. Sam Gale says Cleveland is soft, man. Right, yeah, agreed. Yeah. Killer B, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys, 110-97. Yeah, we're chasing the second seed, man. We're trying to get that, man. So we'll see what happens. All right, people, but that's my show, man. Let me get up out of here. Listen, I'm going to be back tomorrow night, right? Actually, wait, I don't know, because tomorrow the game it's a work night, man. 10. I'll see. I might go live tomorrow after the game. I'll see. But if anything, I'll definitely go live Tuesday, LV Lunchtime Takeout Show. I'll probably do that then to discuss the game. But I'll see based on tomorrow night, see how things are looking, because it's going to be pretty late tomorrow after the game, because they play tomorrow at 10. So we'll see exactly how that works out. All right, but listen, tough loss on the boys, 110-97. I will try to go live tomorrow to discuss the Clippers game. So please come through and check it out. Or if not, I'll go live on a lunchtime on Tuesday. All right, but I'm LV Live, and that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me, please subscribe to the channel. Also, too, when you subscribe, right, hit that bell icon, right, to get all notifications on all my shows, the highlights, the shorts, everything that I put out. Please come through and check that out. All right, listen, tough loss to them boys. They go back in the winning column. It's still number 3 in the East. Let's try to catch the Celtics and get in that 2 seed. All right, listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.